Yo, it's your boy Ringo TV Reactions, back at you again with another one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. What I want to talk about is the situation here with Elder Rakar of Gathering of Christ Church. You know, it's getting really, really bad. Basically, Elder Rakar was caught at the Grammys. Now, this is rather shocking because a lot of us brothers and sisters, we came to the Most High from listening to these particular brothers when they used to preach on the streets. At least for me, I can admit. And to see that Elder Rakar was at the Grammys, it just goes to show that he literally sold his people out, man. And what this says is that he been working with them people the whole time. This is crazy, man. You know, this man spoke against the Grammys. He spoke against it. He said it's satanic, it's of the devil. You know, this is what he taught. He taught this. And now we can see that he not really about that type of life, bro. Like, this is just a very serious disappointment. And this is why I had to pull back from the so-called Hebrew Israelite so-called movement. You know what I mean? People got mad at me when I made my videos saying I'm done. And they thought I left the Most High. No, I left the religious belief system that was put on us by these men. Rakar sold out. This is what sell out look like. See, a lot of y'all get mad at me when I speak this truth, but this is what selling out look like. He sold out completely. That is what sellout look like. This is a man that preached against the Grammys. He told you that it's satanic, that's about them blood sacrifices and the rituals and the Illuminati and the Freemasons and all this other stuff. But look who he with. What's going on? This is crazy, man. This is absolutely crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy, man. Look what the comments are saying. People like, hey, is that Elder Rakar of GOCC? This is crazy, man. Don't he speak against the Grammys? Yeah, he speaks against the Grammys. That's why it's crazy. And people talking about it now. A woman came in there and was like, now we know the real reason why he was in California. Wow, man. This is crazy, man. Look, fam, when I was coming out of Christianity, bro, we're talking about in the year 2005. That's when I was in transition to get out of Christianity. And I remember I was like, look, I'm done with Christianity. And I would watch these camps. You know what I mean? They be on the streets. They be talking about God and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I would listen to this. And out of all the camps, you know, you had GMS, you had what's that? ISUBK, you had GOCC. You had a lot of different camps back then. And even though some of them camps was a little more militant, a little more aggressive towards, you know, people and whatnot, you had your typicals that would stand on the corner calling the white man the devil all day. I didn't really rock with that stuff. Even though some of the brothers was teaching the truth, I didn't rock with the hate. You know what I mean? That's not me. So GOCC, they were a little different. They more or less had like an approach that kind of welcomed everybody, whether you white, black, didn't really matter. It's like they were just preaching the truth. And that pretty much is what, I guess, attracted me to learning more about this truth with these brothers, you know? And I would listen to everybody that's on the streets preaching. And that's when I left Christianity and woke up to the truth as a Hebrew Israelite. And it was always gathering a Christ church that stuck out as like the main guys that, okay, these brothers here, it seemed like they're more official. Not to take away from the other guys, because I'm sure all of them had their contributions into waking people up. You know, you have a lot of them, the Israel United in Christ, all of these different camps. All of those camps played a part in everybody's life. And I'm talking about if you're a melanated man or woman, all the Hebrew Israelite camps played a part in your life, whether you want to believe it or not, right? Some of y'all moved on, did your own thing, did your own research, but at the end of the day, the base of where you even woke up is from listening to one of those groups you were listening to. So now, I notice a lot of changes with GOCC. A lot of changes been happening over the years. And now, it's like he went the route of the Grammys when this is what he preached against. He preached against this. So why is he there? He's not there to preach the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You know? Rakar was not there to preach the gospel. No, he was not. And why is he wearing dark shades? Come on now. Ain't sunny out there. You indoors. So it's like, man, you never know what these guys are doing behind the curtain, man. You never know. These preachers, these false prophets, they be out here lying to the sheep. That's why I had to get away from all of this mess. People mad at me because I roll solo. I'm trying to show y'all, man. I'm done with all that mess, bro. If you following the Most High, you better follow the Most High for yourself. And don't put no trust in man, because they gonna let you down. Just like you guys, you turn against me if I say something you don't like. I say one thing you don't like, you mad at me for the rest of your life. I'm like, damn, what did I do wrong? Well, we live in a world where you can't even be yourself. Once you be yourself, they're upset forever. This is what sellout look like. Some of you folks, Ringo, you're a sellout. You're with the white man. This, what you see on the screen, is what it means to sell out. That's what that means. That's what that means, gang. But nobody want to acknowledge that. Nobody want to look at the truth and be like, wait a minute, something ain't right. You know, this ain't cool what he doing, bro. Like, for real? That's what you're doing? You're out here mingling with the Grammys? That's not preaching the gospel. What kind of deal did he make under the table? What kind of deal did he make under the table, man? I've been hearing a lot of news lately, bro, about what's going on over there at GOCC, bro. A lot of dirt. And I just kind of stayed out the way. I ain't say nothing because I figure, hey, I'm done with these camps and all these different people. But then this was just given to me just now. I'm looking at it. I'm like, whoa, that's Elder Rakar. What? Bro, don't let me go find all the videos where he was speaking against the Grammys, because I'm going to bring all of that out. And if any of you got the tapes, because I'm sure they're on his platform, them old videos where he was talking about the Grammys. This is what I keep saying, man. People will say something 1 minute and then they'll go and do something else, man. This is crazy, man. I was just sent this message by a brother. He disappointed too. He disappointed too, because just like my experience, he had the same experience. He said he came into the truth listening to a lot of different brothers, but it was GOCC that stood out. And you can't take that away from them. Back then, they really were the ones that was fair and balanced. You know what I mean? They weren't out here trying to spread hate You know, they weren't on the corner calling the white man the devil. They weren't doing all of that mess, because that's one of the main things that kind of turned me off to that, the GMS and them other groups. Even though they spoke truth, I was like, listen, you guys are a little too much, man. It's like, y'all like damn near 80 grit sandpaper, man. Y'all just too much, bro. Like, you have to know how to talk to people, man. You just can't be in the street cursing people out and calling them devils all damn day. That's not going to help nobody, you know? And they just mainly focus on blacks, and they kind of excluded whites and everybody else. And it just became like a race thing. And I didn't want no part of that mess. But GOCC, they were more or less teaching the Bible to anybody that wanted to listen. So that kind of made me be like, wow, I never seen a group of brothers that is focusing on the truth, and they're not out there being hateful. I mean, despite how you feel about other groups of people, if we supposed to be the people of God, why is it that we so hateful? If we supposed to be the people of God, that's the part that pisses me off, man. Is that we boast about being the people of God, but we're the most hateful. We already been hated long enough. Why is it that we survive the transatlantic slave trade, racism, all sorts of hate, and we turned into monsters? You know? We don't even love one another no more. But we want to preach the Bible. You go to these Christian churches, it's a mess. You go to these Hebrew Israelite churches, it's a mess. All of these leaders sold out the people. They're all living good, millionaires, living it up, and the people struggling. That's what's going on right now. You know? That's what's going on right now, man. And I'm tired of this mess. That's why I had to get out of Christianity and get out of these Hebrew Israelite isms, because all they do is lure the people in, use them for money, and then they making deals behind the curtain. And ain't no telling how many of these guys been put in positions and we never knew. And it kind of make you question your whole belief, man. You know? What kind of deal this man made under the table? Look at him. You can't trust him. You cannot trust that man, bro. What he gonna tell you? Oh, I was just, hanging out with my buddies. What? You ain't preaching the gospel, man. I don't see no commandments being taught. You are moving and shaking with them people, bro. The same dude that talked against the Grammys is at the Grammys, y'all. This is beyond hypocrisy, man. This is sad. But, people gonna still follow these people, man. It's just something about our people, man. They just blind. They follow blind leading the blind. You could show them the truth, they'll get mad. That's the thing about our people. You could be around the false prophet, and I hate to have to say that Rakar's a false prophet. I hate to have to say that. Because again, those dudes, listen, back in the day, they would be on the corners, on the highways and the byways, faithful outside preaching. You can't take that away from them. The original work they did in the street was, that was the work of God. I respected that because they weren't in these churches, fleecing the flock and begging for money and ripping the people off like these damn pastors. They were in the streets preaching, Now, that's over with. Now, hey, it's time to make money now. Forget all of that Bible stuff. Let's control God's people now. Let's manipulate them so I could get paid. That's what's going on right now. And it's sad. It's sad to see this day, bro. I already seen some questionable things, but there's a lot of teachings that Rakar used to believe in, and he switched it up. He switched up his message, and that's when I knew that he was falling off. And he must have got paid under the table to manipulate God's people. He started to go astray. Like certain things he would teach, and it was like going against what he used to teach. And I'm like, bro, you used to teach this doctrine, and you were really going in on it. And now you not? Who told you not to do that no more? You know? Really sad day, man. Really, really sad day. And I already spoke on these things. I made videos about Rakar the other day. Well, not the other day, a couple of years back. It was some drama that went down, and I came online to expose what was happening. People got mad at me. That's why I just that's why I just don't talk about certain topics, man, because when you talk about these things, man, black people always mad at you, bro, like every day. You can't teach them, bro, without lying. That's the only way. Listen, the only way to get through to black folk is you gotta lie to them. That's the only way to build a following, bro. You gotta lie. You gotta lie to them, bro, and make them like you. You gotta tell them what they wanna hear. You gotta gaslight, love bomb. You gotta make them feel good. Make them feel good, man. And that is what's gonna make them like you. And again, everybody respected Rakar. He was respected in the community. Again, you cannot take away from the work he did back in the day. Him and his the other brother, the one who always read the book. They always been on point. But now it's like dudes have went astray into something different. You know? So I don't know if he gonna give an answer to this. Is he gonna come public and be like, look, guys, okay, you got me. Yeah, I made a deal under the table. I made a deal with the devil, because this is scary. You guys should not be following men that claim they repping the Most High, and they out here making deals with the devil when they spoke against the Grammys. That's it. You supposed to be like, look, I'm washing my hands. You know? These are the signs of the times, man. These are the signs of the times. So as elder lawyer, yeah. The brother that always read in the book, yeah. You know, listen, again, I always respected these dudes, man. Always. But they switched up the doctrines and I can't say that for elder lawyer. I can't really say that about him. I'm mainly speaking about Rakar. You know, when they were in the streets, I would tune in. Always faithful, watching their social medias. And they used to get all their videos, used to get reported, and people used to hate. A lot of the other Hebrew camps used to call them sellouts, which is kind of crazy because they weren't selling out. They were just preaching the truth without all the racist stuff and all the hate. Whereas the other camps would just be in the street calling the white man the devil all day. And I didn't like that part. I didn't like that because I knew in the black community we had devils too. And I used to always wonder why the camps didn't focus on the devils in the black community that's killing our people every day. You know? They never talked about that. They would always talk about the white man. And I'm not saying that they ain't no damn white devils. I ain't saying that they ain't no racists. You know? There are racists all in the world, but let's be real. We as so-called blacks don't even love each other. We don't. And the day you learn that is the day you wake up. But don't hate me because I'm speaking the truth. You know? That's the problem. The problem is we don't want to hear the truth. And this is why this guy was able to be elevated, because the people elevated him to a position where now he's able to move and shake with the industry, the very industry he preached against. He preached against the industry, man. Come on now. How you preached against the industry and now you in the industry? How? With dark shades on. Why? Because you don't want nobody to see into your soul. The eyes is the gateway into a man's soul. And he's wearing shades to cover his sin. That's what he's doing. He made a deal, man. Look what the people saying in the comments. Look at the people, man. They're like, damn, bro. Is it really? Man. That's crazy, man. This is just a sad, sad situation, man. You know? same haircut, same thing. And the people in the comments, they know. They're like, wait a minute. Now we know why the real reason he was in California. Those are his followers. People have been following him for a long time. Yeah, it's like, we know how he looked. That's the thing. We know who he is. Other people, they're not going to know. You could see right through the glasses. You already know that's him. That's sad, man. Very, very sad. You know? Yeah, because a brother just sent me this. I was just chilling there because I'm kind of under the weather. I don't know what the heck is going on, bro. Something going on out here in the air. I don't know what's going on, bro, but I've been literally just knocked out, man, like lately, just out. You know, like runny nose, head hurting, neck hurting, back hurting. I don't know what the heck is going on. Like something's in the air. And it's like, it's just preventing me from doing my content. And I was just kind of browsing, and my brother sent this message. He was like, yo, man, check this out, you know? And I look, I'm like, oh, no. I got to talk about this, bro. I got to say something. Because people going to start talking soon. So now what I'm waiting for is for Rakar to come into the public and let us know what's going on. Because again, I don't rock with none of these camps, but at the same time, I'm going to hold them accountable. Because there's no way you're a so-called leader, a so-called church leader, an elder in the mission, and you out here moving and shaking with the industry. That right there is a red flag, and nobody's supposed to trust you after that. Because that means you've been bought and paid for. And this is what selling out look like. A lot of y'all call me sellouts. A lot of y'all call me all sorts of crazy names because of hate. And I get it. A man of the Most High will never be loved by his people. Never. All through the scriptures, when you look at a man of the Most High, he is hated by his people. They want to put him to death. You understand? That's just the way it is. So I don't expect you to love me. I expect you to hate me. That's what I expect. That's what you're known for doing. You know? But when you got the real charlatans out here, when you got people like Rakar, who is a man who spoke against the Grammys, and you see him at the Grammys, that's when you know this is a problem. So where's all the people to say he's a sellout? Where's all the people to say he's a false prophet? So you're not gonna do that. But you'll do that for me. Because I'm the one who stand on business. I'm the one who share the truth and get hated for it. Sometimes I don't even know why I keep speaking this truth, because I don't want to speak it. But for some reason, God keep putting it in my heart to speak. And I'm tired of speaking this truth to a stiff-necked people who don't listen. You teach these people, they don't listen. You tell them the truth, they hate you. They show you no love, nothing but hate. You're pouring out your soul to wake them up, and all they do is hate. And now one of your so-called leaders is caught. You know? So what's going to be the verdict on this one? This don't make no sense, man. Make no sense. Listen, guys, when I tell you, you cannot expect your own people to show you any love at all. None. When you in this truth for real, don't expect friends. Don't expect support. Just expect venom. And I think that's the truth that I learned in this journey, is that nobody really rock with you. People will switch up when ready. Nobody is truly faithful. And that goes to show that people not really faithful to God. Because when you have real men of the Most High that stand on truth and you don't rock with them, then that means that you don't rock with the Most High. Because if the Most High sent certain men in the world to put this truth out, and you hate them, you hate God too. Or you're just fake. One or the other. Because this dude clearly made a deal. So who at GOCC is going to hold him to the fire right now? Because most of these men, nobody hold them accountable in the church. They get to do what they want to do. You know? Nobody holds them accountable. I remember this camp, they used to teach on polygyny. I remember GOCC used to preach. They used to preach that. And then he switched up. Then all of a sudden he started saying, nah, you're not supposed to have more than one wife. And he switched up on many other doctrines. I'm like, nah, I'm out. Peace. I'm done. Because once you start taking away from the scriptures and you start acting like the world, like the Christian church, that means that you've been bought and paid for. For all I know, his church is probably 501c3. Eventually, they all sell out once in a while. All these camps. All the Hebrew Israelite camps have been selling out one by one by one. All of them. That's why if you following the Most High, you got to follow him by yourself. You know what I mean? When I have my communications with the Most High, you would think I'm pissed. When I talk with the Most High, I keep asking him why he put me in this mess and why he sit back and allow me to deal with all this stress. This is what I talk about when I'm talking to the Most High. I don't be there sitting down acting religious. I talk about all the issues. When you study the scriptures and you realize the men of the Lord that was out there doing the work, they were literally arguing with God all damn day. Arguing and ready to quit. Saying, I'm done and I'm walking away. I don't care about these damn people. To hell with them. You know? And then you end up preaching again. Then you hear the Most High say, hey, I want you to go back out there and preach. And you're like, look, I'm done. I'm not telling nobody the truth no more. I'm done. The Most High, like, you really gonna be done? You serious? You ain't done. You ain't done. That's not the way you are. And next minute, you back out preaching again. You back out there speaking the truth again. And you're like, bro, I told myself I was done. I can't be done. That's all I know. Once you wake up and the truth is in you, it's like, it's a burden and a blessing. It's a blessing and a burden at the same time. And it's like you can't help yourself. It's like you got to say the truth. You got to speak the truth, because I know that even though I'm hated by all, there's a few that still listen. You know, there's a few people that still listen. And life has a way of putting you in certain situations that, you know, maybe, you know, it was meant for you to go through. You know, a lot of us go through hard times, real difficult problems. And it's like, man, why am I going through this mess, bro? And it's like you were supposed to go through it, man, to build your character up. You know, because where the Most High taking you, you need to have the character of a man that stand on business. You know, just tonight, you know what I'm saying? I met this brother at a Food Lion right out here in North Carolina. You know, I was just in the store chilling, doing my thing. And I guess he noticed my scooter. And he knew it had to be me because I had the helmet on. And it's like the conversation went from scooter talk to family talk to social media. You know what I'm saying? I told him what I do on social media, this and that and that. Come to find out he's a family man. He about 29, you know. I told him my age, and I think he said his pops is 48 or something like that. And, you know, we just had a good conversation, you know. And what's crazy about this, fam, and this is real talk, that's the first brother, the first brother that I spoke to in North Carolina, bro. The first. Ain't that something, fam? That's crazy, right? I've been here for 2 years. Never spoke to not one black person. That's the first black guy I spoke to in North Carolina, bro. The first. That's crazy, bro. The first. Remember I told you that out here you got some blacks that think they better than other blacks. Like they live in nice neighborhoods, you know what I mean? They figure they better than other people and they look down on you, you know? And I see them out here all the time. I don't even say nothing to them because I could feel their energy, you know? But for some reason with that brother, the scooter brought the conversation together, you know? And, you know, he was like, yeah, you know, he got kids and whatnot. And, you know, he had his kids a little early and he holding down the fort, doing what he got to do. And I appreciate that because to see another young brother doing his thing, got his wife, got his kids, you know, he said he got some land, doing his thing. That's inspirational, you know? And I gave him the link for the channel and whatnot, so he could probably check it out. And I told him, I said, I'm hated on social media. I said, I'm hated on social media. And I, you know, just had a decent conversation, but that was the first brother that I spoke to in North Carolina. The first black man that I spoke with in North Carolina. Because a lot of times, and I'm gonna be honest, man, a lot of times you see black folk out here and it be like this competitive jealousy thing. I don't know what the heck it is, man. It's like what the heck you competing with me for? I mean, we're supposed to be celebrating one another, you know? But it don't be like that, man. It don't be like that at all. Like, there's a reason for everything. When you run into people in the street and you have conversations, that's God ordained, you know? He wanted you to run into somebody because maybe you had a word, because the brother was saying that he have a good relationship with his mom and his dad. And I told him my mom passed away. And like before we even talked about that, I was like, you know, if your mom and your pop is still alive, make sure that you always showing them love. Always visit your mom. You know what I'm saying? Hug your mom, bro. You know? And then he started going in on how, you know, he got a great relationship and with his parents and whatnot. And I was like, that's good. That's what's up. I said, you do know a lot of people never had that. Now, a lot of people never had their pops. And I went on to tell him I wasn't raised with my dad. You know, I told him my mom was on drugs. You know what I mean? That's what I grew up in. The pits, the slums, a chaotic, toxic life. And to see me here today raising a family and I'm hated by people. I'm hated by my own people. A man that grew up in the fucking pit. And to come out of that mess, to rise up, have a wife, a black woman, mind you, 4 daughters, and holding down the fort all this time and hate it rather than celebrate it? Yo, I tell you, man, our people are done, bro. Our people are done, bro. And there's a lot of you out there that came from the fire, came from the bottomless pit. And it's like everybody turned against you. And you're like, damn. You know, so I appreciate the conversation that I had with the young brother. You know what I mean? He was kind of still surprised that I'm 48. Because to be honest, if you looking at me and him standing next to each other, you wouldn't even think I'm 48. We look like we pretty much the same age. Which is crazy, you know, but it is what it is. There's a reason for these conversations. There's a reason, because we were standing there for a long while. We was there for a minute talking, you know, and it all started off with a scooter. But yeah, this situation with GOCC, man, is rather disappointing. I'm not surprised. I kind of seen this thing coming down the pipeline, but to see him at the Grammys, guys, this guy, he got videos speaking against the Grammys. He got videos speaking against the Grammys, calling it satanic, that these people are devil worshipers, satanic rituals and all this other stuff. These ceremonies, listen, he know what this stuff is about. And you know, it's crazy how he got exposed in this way. Because a lot of his followers probably thought that he's out in California taking care of something else. And the whole time, this guy got a tuxedo on with a bow tie. What? Tuxedo, bow tie? What are you doing, dog? What are you doing? You know? What in the world are you doing? This is crazy, man. I want to know how he know this dude, because he's taking a picture with him. He's taking a wonderful picture. Anytime you see people with dark shades on, they got something to hide. You know, when you see people with dark shades on in their YouTube videos and they're in their house, they got something to hide. They don't want you to see in their soul when you look in their eyes. So they hide with the shades to cover the light from coming in. That's what the shades are for. Tinted to stop the light. You know? Absolutely sick, man. Absolutely sick that this dude would go this far to sell out. Damn. And I bet he gonna be right back on YouTube making videos saying Shabbat Shalom. Nah, the jig is up, man. The jig is up. You got caught, bro. You got caught. And now you got to answer for this one, bro. You know, what elder lawyer gonna say about this one? What y'all gonna say about this? I want to hear what saith the people that rock with GOCC. I want to see what y'all gonna say. You know? But yeah, man, if your mom is still alive, call your mom, call your dad. You know what I'm saying? Tell them that you love them. Do what you got to do. You know? Because when they gone, man, they gone. You going to feel it. I'm telling you right now. You going to feel it. When your mom close her eyes, you are going to cry like never before. I don't care who you are. You could be the strongest, toughest dude. You gonna cry. A river of water. Trust me. Yep. And you ain't gonna worry about who's around. You ain't gonna care. Because it's gonna hit you like a ton of bricks. Yep. So again, if your mom is alive, your pops is alive, call them up. You know, tell them you love them. Watch the game with your dad. Chill for a bit. Bring the kids over. You know, they love the grandkids. You know, they love that. You know? And that's about that, man. Don't let them close their eyes and you didn't resolve any issues you might have had with them. You know, get all of that stuff sorted out now so that you don't waste your time regretting it later on in life. Because a lot of you did your parents dirty at one time, or maybe you weren't that good son or good daughter, or you let them down. Sometimes you got to go back and kind of clear the air, but like, look, Pop, you know, I messed up. You know what I'm saying? I disrespected you. I called you out of your name. You know, you raised us. You know, I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm just really trying to make things right. You know, and that's it. It don't take that much to do. You know, a lot of people, they be in their pride too much, their ego, and they don't want to repent and make right. Or maybe you resent your mom or you resent your dad and you had a horrible relationship. Even if it's that case, you got to do the right thing, fam. Like for real, man. Yeah, but Ringo, you don't know, bro. My mom disrespected me and I'll never forgive her. Nah, you can't. No, you got to do this. You cannot let your parents go and you didn't fix this mess, because it's going to affect you and your kids in the future. It's going to affect you, man. Do you know that even if you had a bad relationship with your mom and dad, if they die, you gonna still cry? It's gonna hit you. You're gonna be like, damn, my mama is dead, bro. I never got to say goodbye. It's gonna hit you. You're gonna wish and wish, and you can't get your wish, man. It's gonna mess you up. But at least if you sort that out while they're here, you got that peace of mind knowing that, hey, I made right with my parents before they checked out, because they gotta die, you know? I mean, all of our parents is gonna die. It is what it is, man. Hey, I never met my pops, y'all. I never met my dad, y'all. Could you believe that? Talked with him by phone, but I never met the man. Wasn't raised with my father. See, I can say that publicly. You know why? Because I'm a man. I'm a grown man. You know why? I'm a family man. I take care of my kids. They here with me. So I'm doing my job. I broke that generational curse. But at the same time, I'm making arrangements where one day I can visit my pops. You see what I mean? And just do what I got to do. I don't have to be there every day and doing all this other stuff, but I got to see the man. You know, that's unresolved business. I gotta fix that. You see? Just because I didn't have a relationship with him doesn't mean nothing. He's still my father. Spoke by phone many times, but at the end of the day, there's still time to make it right. You know? You got to do the same. That's if you know where your pops is or your mom's. Some of y'all wasn't raised with your mom or your dad. You know? You supposed to be dead already. A lot of y'all. You don't even know why you still here. You know, all the mess we done been through. Like I said, I grew up in a crazy household, toxic, in the ghetto, in the hood, mom on drugs, everybody crazy on the block, people getting shot and killed. Then my mom ended up getting free from drugs. She got cleaned up, got into the church, you know what I mean? Got things right, started to take care of the house. And yeah, it was cool. She did what she had to do to make sure that we right. And she was clean ever since. So she had her battles. She battled her demons. But later on in life, she got cancer, you know? And that took her out. That devil called cancer took her out in her early 60s, man. Early 60s, she checked out. And a lot of us lost our parents to cancer, you know? So it's crazy, man. It's crazy out here, man. But this situation with Rakar, man, it just kind of make you doubt, bro. Like, damn, were we taught right? Did they really give us the truth? Or was it some sort of government programming to keep us dumbed down, bro? See how we always getting lied to by our own people, man? This is crazy, man. That's why I keep saying, if you have a relationship with God, it got to be between you and him, man. And that's it. Study for yourself. Read the Bible for yourself. And just figure things out on your own, man. Come up with your own conclusion. Because a lot of the stuff we've been taught, man, they've been just lying. Lying every day, man, getting checks under the table to keep us in captivity mentally. You know? Keep us spiritually dead. We think we awoke, but we still sleep. You know? But, man, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm just going to kind of wait, see what goes on, see what people say about this situation, and find out what GOCC going to say. You know? It is what it is, man. So I'm gonna get up on out of here, go take care of some business, and try to do some content and whatnot. Like I said, I'm way under the weather right now. I don't even know why I'm even on right now, to be honest. I just wanted to put this out there because I'm looking at it. I'm like, nah, bro. I got to speak on this, man. Quick. I got to speak on this before everybody starts speaking on the same thing. You know? Somebody was like, hey, is that Elder Rakar of GOCC? Don't he speak against the Grammys? Man. What if it's not Elder Rakar, Ringo? What if it's not him? Well, if it's not him, then it's not him. What do you want me to do? That's him. That's him. Listen, you can't hide, bro. You cannot hide. You can put on all the shades you want. That's him. People be hiding? Nah. I would like to see some video, though. That's what I would like to see. It would definitely show. I'm going to see if I can go find some video, because if they got this footage, this image, that means that there's video. So I'm going to go search the internet for some video to see if it come across this scene right here. And I'll kind of report back to you guys and let you know what's going on. You know? Somebody said, man, bro, that's definitely him. Yeah. I mean, those of us who know who Rakar is, we just know. You know, we already know what it is. So it's just crazy. Let me see. Let me block this damn demon here. Let me get this dummy out of here, man. You know, don't come here with your devil spirit, bro. Like, seriously. I don't got time for all that mess. Keep all that FBA garbage off my channel. You folks are just extremely hateful, bro. Seriously. Anytime you come here, you don't show no love. All you do is hate. Bunch of damn demons, bro. Always coming over. I don't know why these people keep coming over here to hate. Just don't even watch me, man. You don't rock with me. You claim you this and that. Stay away from my platform, fam. Don't bring none of your devil energy over here. I'm over here dealing with real truth. And you got these demons that keep coming over here with this FBA garbage. I don't want to hear none of that stuff, man. If you folks ain't showing love, fuck you. Real talk. I'm tired of people acting like they this lineage, this group of people that are whatever, and you got no love in your heart. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody that don't got love. Don't tell me nothing about brother and sister and all this junk if you ain't got no love. Don't tell me nothing about what the white man is doing if you don't got no love. Just full of hate. Always ready to give me pushback, but the very oppressor you complain against, you don't give him none. You give him a pass. You do business at his stores. You keep your money in his banks, and you go to your 9 to 5 every day. You don't rebel. You don't. But when it comes to me, you show hate. And this is what I mean about the so-called black man, black woman. We know how to hate each other. But when it comes to fighting against the thing you claim is oppressing you, you never do that. That's the problem. You know, that's why our people remain at the bottom. And that's the reason why we're the laughingstock of society, man. Because we don't practice love. You look at every other ethnic group, they practice love, brotherhood, sisterhood. You don't see that hate, man. You don't. As a black man, black woman, you should be able to count on your people. We can't even count on one another. At least I can't. I already know the real. You know, nobody could convince me otherwise. I know that my people hate me with a fucking passion. I know that. I live this. And I've never experienced love from my own people. Never. That's a damn shame. So when I hear all these groups talking this and talking that, acting like they trying to gather us together, they trying to gather you together to make money off of you. The Umar Johnsons, they just want to make money off of you. The Tariq Nasheeds, they just want to make money off of you. The Black Hebrew Israelite camps just want to make money off of you. The Christian pastor just want to make money off of you. That's it. I don't got no movement. I never made no movements. I'm just a speaker of truth. I don't got no church. I ain't tell you to join nothing. All I ask people to do is listen to the truth and go your way and live your life and make your own choices. But people hate that. People hate the truth, you know? And now we see Rakar done sold out, you know? Sold out. You can't be at those events, fam, if you ain't VIP. Now you tell me, guys, how does a Hebrew Israelite how does a Hebrew Israelite get invited to this gathering? How? Talk about the gathering of Christ Church. This is the gathering of the Grammys, the ceremonies. How did he get that? Who invited him? Who invited Elder Rakar? Who did that? He's working for somebody, fam. He's working for somebody. All you know, when he go there, they probably telling him, look, man, when you get back out there, make sure you lead the people astray and do this and do that. You know? That's what they do, man. Lying to the people. Lying all day. Sad, 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 bro. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get up on out of here. Do what I gotta do. Get back on my grind. And keep it popping, bro. Shout out to the real fathers out there. Salute to the brother that I met out in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Seems like a cool brother. Doing his thing and whatnot. To all of you folks out there who follow GOCC, y'all need to keep your eyes open now because he may have been compromised. There's no reason for him to be there as a man of God. Only reason why he there is because he made a deal, bro. So y'all got to keep your eye open now. And like I said, I'm going to go look for a video. And if I find something, I'm going to bring it back and probably do a pre-record and upload it and kind of examine the tapes because no man is going to take a photo with Rakar unless Rakar worked for them or is somebody that's an agent, somebody that they esteem a man of importance in their organization. So I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Ringo TV reactions out. Y'all take care. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.